Welcome back. As Home and Away's Alf Stewart would say, stone the flamin' crows. This year, much loved actor Ray Meagher is marking 27 years on the smash soapie, and the star's showing no signs of slowing down.
And I said, burn when you bring me sunlight.
He holds the Guinness World Record for the longest-serving actor on an Aussie soapie.
Stone the flamin' crows.
Taking on the role of Alf Stewart on Home and Away in 1988, Ray Meagher has been the backbone of Summer Bay.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a bloke who thieves from his mates.
Enduring the highs and lows of one of our most loved TV characters. Away from the Bay, Ray has a passion for the stage, taking to London's West End in 2010 for the musical Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And after more than 2 decades of playing the beloved larrikin, Ray finally took home the coveted gold Logie the same year.
These things have never meant much to me over the years, really, mainly because I've never held one.
Now, as he enters his 27th year on the soapie, Ray and the rest of the Home and Away gang are back with more nail-biting drama.
Oh, come on, please.
He could lose his brother forever.
Oh, and the one and only Ray Meagher joins us now. Welcome to the show, Ray.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here.
It's great to have you.
When you first auditioned for Home and Away, like many actors, you would have thought that part would have been for a few months. How do you look back on that first audition?
I can't remember it, to be honest, but I do remember being offered the possibility of a part in the pilot. And I thought, oh yeah, I might as well do that. I was between 2 shows, one called The True Story of Spit McPhee for Chanel 9, and the other one was about the history of the Labor Party called True Believers, or History of Part of the Labor Party, for the ABC. And I had a 3-week gap in between, and my agent said, you know, Channel 7 are doing this pilot for a thing called Home and Away. And I thought, oh, well, I might as well do the pilot. It'll never get up anyway. Pilots never do. They usually crash and burn, and, you know, we all go on with our lives. But then they said, we're going to series. That's when I thought there might be 3 months' work in it. That was a big positive sign.
27 years working at them.
And soldiering into the 28.
Amazing. Yeah. How much of the character Alf Stewart is you?
Everything you see. A whole lot. Look, I don't know. I think for most actors in most roles, if they say there's not 80%, they're lying. There are exceptions, sure, but for a start, you've got all the physicality, you've got everything there, and sure, you can change your movements and change the way you speak and do all that, and you know, the writers can put on the page where they want the character to come from. I mean, I don't walk around the house saying "Stone the flamin' crows" and get out of here, you long-haired galah, you know. So
Flamin' heck, surely there's a flamin' heck in there at home.
So those sorts of things are different. What percentage of a character that is, I'm not sure, but obviously there's a fair bit of me there.
How did the catchphrases come about? They were written into the script, and then did you just think, I'm going to ham it up and keep going?
The Flamins were in the script.
Yep.
I'm not sure whether there were galahs there or not, but they very quickly got there. And a lot of the other things, my background is the Queensland bush and then rugby, and the characters that I met in both places, I stole a lot from them. There was a stock and station agent in Dirranbandy in southwest Queensland where I grew up, and he used to fit "Stone the flamin' crows" into any sentence at least half a dozen times, and the more rum and cokes he had, the more rum there was and the less coke there was, and the more "Stone the flamin' crows" there were in each sentence. So Dick Backhouse was a wonderful character and great stock and station agent, and I'm sorry I stole from him, but it's been great.
Is that what people call out to you on the street? Like, what do people yell out?
All of those things, yeah, from time to time, yeah. Where you live, you get left alone because people, oh, there he is, yeah, and they're bored with you after a while, as you guys would know. But if you go into a new place or go somewhere else and then they're a bit surprised to see you, then all sorts of things come out.
Straight out with it. Yeah. Ray, what are some of your most memorable moments from Home and Away?
Oh, gee, Tom, I don't know. There's been some great storylines, obviously, and I was thinking today in the studio, none of us could remember this girl's name, and she was part of one of the early meaningful stories we did. We did a storyline on leukemia, and it was terrific in terms of raising awareness and that leukaemia doesn't just happen to old people or whatever, it can happen to anybody. And Les Hill had a relationship with this girl in the show, and the girl's name was Kathy Godbold, a Melbourne actress. I hope you're watching, Kath. We did remember your name and we loved you. And they were both fantastic, Les and Kathy, and the story was just really gotcha, you know, and I had very little to do with it apart from the fact that Les lived in my house. It was just a wonderful story, and I'm sure helped raise awareness for leukaemia.
Because you've done that for many causes. Was at that point that you realised that the power that you could have with this show?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure. See, there was another thing. My character had a brain tumour, and, you know, that's incredibly serious stuff, but there was some really funny stuff came out of it. And while we took the subject matter incredibly seriously, one of the symptoms that my character had was he could see his dead wife, Ailsa. She was very clear in his head. And he invited Norman Coburn and Cornelia Francis round for dinner one night. And as they came through the door, they said, "Oh, good day, how are you going?" And he said, "Well, why aren't you going to say hello to Ailsa?" She'd been dead for 10 years, you know. And so I'm pointing to a vacant chair, and they're sort of going, you know. So that some of the humour that came out of that sort of stuff was amazing. But I think also the awareness of various symptoms of things like brain tumours. Yeah.
Ray, the show's in a real cliffhanger at the moment. What can we expect out of the bus crash?
Yeah, there is. The last night, I think we came back on air, and thank you to those 1.1 or 1.2 viewers, a million viewers, whoever they were. Thank you very much for supporting us. There was a lot of interesting stuff on, and there are still question marks over a few of the key actors. One of the Braxton boys and the lovely Ada Nicodema, Leah, is missing. I think at the end of last night's episode we just saw a glimpse of her. She'd been thrown away from the crash and was in the bushes somewhere, and we don't know whether she's going to come through or not.
It is all happening.
It is,
Meagher, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. A pleasure to talk to you, mate, and congratulations on those 27 years.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and good luck with your show.
Thank
1.5 and gaining.
Thank you very much.
And of course you can catch all the drama tonight on Home and Away at 7 p.m. right here on 7.